welcome to the Outlanders Podcast. Outlanders Podcast is here to shed light on all things business in the outdoors. My name is Jaime, and with my good amigo Kingston.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, dude?
Move this a little bit closer.
You know what I really like?
This fucking setup?
This setup is on fire right now. We look a lot brighter, and we'll get into that later in this episode.
Yeah.
We
It
haven't
actually kind of goes along with the episode.
It does. It does.
Little mini campaigns.
Mini campaigns. So, by the way, we have two laptops now because Kingston just switched over. I'm a Mac guy, but not. I can't. But it's a PC, and you're stoked on it.
Oh, I'm super stoked. The amount of power you get with the price, it's like I'm gonna download World of Warcraft right now.
No. Okay.
But no, like
myself with that one. That one's rough.
But I mean, we got a brand new the RTX like 3060 card in this, and it's like crazy good monitor for video and photo editing, and it's pretty badass.
Everyone's so infatuated with Apple, and I get it. Like the reason why people are infatuated because like the lineage and the history and like their branding and design and everything. But yeah, I definitely like if you compare side by side, it's like
no, you're paying for brand and
100%.
Like, I mean, it's for sure nice, but I think I'm the only Apple product now is I have the phone, but honestly, I'm like kind of down to switch because some of the options out there for phones are pretty awesome, like the Google phones and stuff.
I get it. You know what I'm gonna be so bummed on?
The green box.
Yeah, our freaking group chat. I mean, that's the only thing I think Apple still.
But you can still do group chats. It's just not like.
Really?
Yeah.
You can, but isn't it like if one person has Apple in the group chat and the other person has Android, like it
just all goes to a text message, but
yeah. But
I have like unlimited text messages or like unlimited data on my plan.
Yeah.
So what difference does it make?
A whole lot of nothing, apparently.
I guess so.
And you can download World of Warcraft.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like we'll see. I mean, I got 14 days to try it out.
Damn, there you go.
I mean, so far it's like literally fresh out of the box, and I can do like maybe a software test or something. But
yep.
Anyways,
you know what's cool, and I think it actually is a good segue into this episode, is Apple does really good jobs with campaigns, and they put a lot of time and energy into marketing and campaigns.
Yeah.
That's a big part of running a business is the actual creative and, the launch of a new product. So what we're going to talk about today, there's two, but launching and how to kind of strategize and create a campaign, both visually, digitally, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, it's how to market or how to really come out with a new product. So like on the business side, it's that aspect, and on the creative side, it's how to put like a really cool creative campaign behind it.
Yeah, it's like this is like where collaboration of creator and brand really is the that's like the top of the list of like things to do.
100%. And it's like right here, mano y mano.
Oh, hey.
This means success. I'm being serious. It was like a business and like a product.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube at Roaming Lost Podcast, you would see what we just broke down super hard jailbreak pose right there. But that's like the biggest part. That's success.
Yeah. It's like if everyone walks away happy, fuck yeah, that's success.
Yeah. And the product actually was the successful launch.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of, time and effort goes into it. Hopefully it's worth that time and effort.
Totally. I personally would say, what we should do? We should come up with a scenario. So it's kind of like an example versus examples of stuff we've done in the past. Let's say we're going to come out with the product right now. And let's just put our heads together and go through the motions as if we're going to do it.
Okay, what do you want?
Cool,
what product do you want to do?
We should come out with let me think. Something with rigs would be cool.
Rigs, okay.
Maybe, it might be a little bit complicated. Let's like simplify. Maybe like a new phone case. Let's do like a phone case.
Okay.
We're talking about Macs and Apple and stuff.
Yeah, let's do like a like rugged phone case.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down.
because then that's in our wheelhouse. And
Okay.
yeah, all right.
So we might not even like come up with it, because what if it's just absolute gold? Then just tell everybody.
Damn, yeah, just spill the beans.
Okay, let's pretend like we are coming up with LifeProof, the phone case, which changed the game for a minute. Remember when LifeProof launched?
Yeah.
It changed the game. I think it has to be.
Yeah.
But when it came out, I would say like 10 years ago, if that.
Yeah. They're definitely around. I mean, it's like, they have them at Best Buy and stuff.
They do.
Okay, LifeProof.
It was acquired by OtterBox in 2013 because they were so successful at what they did. So I'm a brand and I want to come out with a new product. So what do I do? Well, the best products in the world, and I kid you not, like the world, do one thing very well, and that's solve a problem. So if you're going to come out with a new product, I 120%, added 20% to that. Make sure you start with a problem, and what you're doing with this product is creating a solution. Because if you're not going to do that, you're going to be in a whole world of creatively trying to force a product into the market that isn't really necessary at the moment. So LifeProof, for example, phones and mobile devices for the typical consumer, everyone has a smartphone. Everyone was getting into more of like the touchscreen, nicer phones at that time. And so their idea was, how do we make this like the most secure phone, both waterproof, mudproof, for the worker, for the average adventurer, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, back then too, it wasn't like with submergible phones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a thing. So the problem that they solved was how to make your phone extremely versatile for like any lifestyle you were doing. And if you're listening to this, I'm almost positive you've either seen or purchased a LifeProof case in the past. So that is, honestly, I would say like the easiest way to come up with something is to think about little scenarios that you've had to deal with products that you encounter on a regular basis. There's something that's been bugging you, or you can better on, or make better, and solve a problem with the solution, which is that product. So now we have something. We have an idea, and it's not tangible yet. So obviously, we have to go through the development process, come up with it, prototypes, whatever it is. But once we get to that stage where it's ready to sell, we're going to have our marketing samples. Mm-hmm. And now, as a business, I reach out to people in my network to put a campaign together to do it well. Because if I were to just put this on a website, lifeproof.com, no lifestyle imagery, no storytelling, just like, this is a phone case and this is what it does, it's not romantic. You need romance in selling a product. So Kingston's job would be how to best communicate the problem we have solved in a creative and very clear format. Mm-hmm. So you want to kind of take over?
Yeah.
On that aspect?
So if it's like, this is where there's like might be a middleman. So either the company has a creative director or art director that is, relaying like their side of it, right? And then the creative is either told what to do on the shoot and then, expected to drop the deliverables at the end of the shoot, right? Mm-hmm. Or more so nowadays, not a lot of people have creative directors or art directors to help with that. So then it kind of falls onto the creative's kind of plate a little bit, which is cool in a way, because then you can kind of like, you can almost basically do what you envision and not so much be told what to do. So you kind of play the creative director part
versus having to talk to the creative director.
Yeah, and just be told what they want out of the shoot. And you're more so just a worker bee than the person to come up with the ideas, mm-hmm. Which is like a very commercial way of how they did it. But yeah, so let's say like you're the creative. This is more of the modern way. So you're the creative, also come up with the idea or pitching an idea.
Well,
and
do it for like LifeProof. So LifeProof.
Yeah. So LifeProof, you come to LifeProof and you're like, okay, cool. I got this idea for your new product, like they reached out to you and you're like, what can you do for us, basically? So you got a cool idea. So let's say this new case is rugged. It's meant for the outdoors. It's meant for the people that are going to put it through its paces, really. That might drop it, that might get it wet, et cetera, et cetera. So just like, let's say, I don't know, just something crazy like you want to do like 3 trips, right? And one of the trips is a moto trip, and it's going to Idaho, and like Idaho's really well known for single track, and you're going to use that phone to like, I don't know, use like Onyx off-road or whatever, like to map these trails or find the trails and record your track, et cetera, et cetera. That's one way of like, that's one like leg of that idea, right? And then the second one is like an overlanding trip in Utah, and you're just going to do like, I don't know, Lake Powell and Horseshoe Bend and like all those like kind of Instagrammy spots, that's something that is familiar to people and that they'll recognize and connect with.
Kind of aspirational almost, huh?
Yeah. And then the third one is like, I don't know, I mean, really maybe it's an urban thing. So you're downtown LA, like there's a handful of famous downtown LA spots. So you could easily go and shoot a very urban feel. So it basically covers 3 different kind of like parties of like, what it could be applied to.
Okay.
And then you can execute those as the creative with either yourself or a team or whoever, and you would basically pitch the idea as I just said, but who else is included, and like, do you have an assistant, and do you have an assistant photographer, videographer?
Got it, because you also need a team. So that's something to keep in mind.
A project like that, I would be recommending a team, because that's a lot of work.
Totally.
And we're talking thousands of dollars worth of work,
and this is to say, like, so for anyone that's like a little bit confused or hasn't really seen the behind the scenes of a campaign, this is as if Kingston was spearheading like the creative direction role of it. Yeah. So he's
this is all before you actually do anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's like, okay, he's set up environments for the product. So he's doing like, here's the problems that this product will be, here's the problems or the settings that this product will be like put into the real world. So this urban, you have like the exploration, kind of the car camper, and then you have more of like the rugged, like
the extreme sports, quote unquote
extreme sports,
not really, but like more of like like car camping is like rugged, but then like the moto thing and like the super wild stuff is like a step beyond that.
Totally. Like you're putting it through the ringer.
Yeah. So you kind of cover your everyday, like someone that buys that case at Best Buy and has it in the city and is a commuter.
Totally.
Or, I don't know, whatever.
So we would, after seeing all this, right? So I would also recommend like you hit the trip separately. So that means you would get the content, like the content Dropbox or whatever it is for the urban environment. You kind of assess it, and then you go for the second and then the third, and you assess each one. But prior to doing it, and I think this is like a super smart thing for any business or marketing campaign, is creating yourself like a small pitch deck for even yourself. So it's even like for internal use. It doesn't mean you have to pitch the client. Yeah,
just so you can refresh your mind on what was originally pitched.
Yeah,
basically
pitched, and like what is the main direction for the campaign. Yeah, the campaign is all, like the best campaigns that I've seen are like they have one clear message and they're hitting it all with like so many different types of content.
Yeah, because the kind of a bad look would be basically doing nothing like what you pitched.
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh,
trying to force it upon it, huh?
Yeah, and then you got to go back, and then it costs you more time and money, and they're not going to pay for that. So it's like you really got to get all your pre-production done, and ready to go for when you're actually going out to shoot.
Yep. And I think so we have everything, right? So we have the prototypes done, our marketing samples in the field with Kingston. So we're back at the office working logistics or whatever. He comes back, we look at everything, and then we start kind of dissecting the content. Like, this would work really well for our website. This would work really well for social media. We need to get this. We still need this. We're missing X, Y, and Z. Because the majority of the products that you see now that are launched successfully, like on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, it's all direct to consumer necessarily. Like, that's what we're seeing more of. And I could see a phone case like that crushing it. If back then, if it was only direct to consumer, it would crush it. So
because the reason why people are, I don't know, if you're not familiar with direct to consumer, you make more money.
Oh yeah, you make a ton more, and it's a little bit easier. I mean, all the numbers are in front of you, and you're not reaching for invoices.
Yeah, there's no wholesale
logistics. It's just from your office or whatever the warehouse is to the consumer.
Yeah,
direct to consumer is just a website, right? That's just so everyone knows. Right?
Yeah, it's like you go to Easy Supply. Easy Supplies is
direct to. I would consider us mainly a direct to consumer brand.
I mean, you can buy it other places, but that's like a side thing. So, but the main focus is like you go to easysupplies.com, you're buying a product, and then you're getting it shipped from Easy Supplies directly.
Yep. And the consumer,
direct to consumer,
and you never want to. I feel like back then, it was more popular to. People thought good marketing was confusing the customer with like buzzwords and like freaking crazy advertising and like slogans. And I think sure, slogans or pitches still have a place in marketing today, but it's really just more educating the customer, not confusing the customer. So it's not saying this shoe is the best shoe on the planet because this guy wore it. It's like, we're educating you of like why we developed this shoe, making it aspirational and making it why it's going to enhance your life. Like, what problems did we solve, you know?
Yeah. I think, it's just like from basically from that start to the end, like you just want to make sure like that whole overall look is just nailed. And then, like
cohesive too.
Cohesive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
You could get away with it. Like Kingston's style is complemented by other creatives too. So you don't necessarily always like, I would say Kingston as a creative director would be good because I think he could kind of like what he's done with Arland is like, okay, like he has an aesthetic in mind and he can
and then when we sprinkle in other stuff, it doesn't look out of place.
Exactly. Because you have to have that in your thought. And
you gotta look 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, it's like, the issue is like, with some brands that I've been talking to, it's like you're going to get content from all over the place.
Totally.
And how are you going to deliver it in a way that it like looks cohesive and like it makes sense to everyone?
Yep.
I mean, like, for example, like when you look at an Instagram page for the first time, you're seeing 9 posts. If those posts aren't like from afar, like, right, you're looking at 9 and you're like, damn, what looks cool, and then it's not curated or anything. No one's gonna want to like dive into that even more.
Yep.
So you gotta have that. That's curation right there. It's like you gotta have that looking good, and then someone taps into a photo, and then it's like then they go down the rabbit hole. The
storytelling afterwards.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, now we're going to the website, and now we're gonna order something.
Yep.
Because we're just like into.
Yeah.
Why does anyone buy anything? Because they're into it. And I think that's another really good point. It's like from social media. So there's like the rabbit hole of it's a funnel. I hate that term though. Like people always do like the sales funnel, the marketing funnel. Cause it's like consumers are people, dude. Like you're not funneling them to the purchase. You're educating them to make the most realistic purchase for their life. Yeah.
I've always hated like that funnel term, but it's like you're capturing the person with amazing content via whatever platform they found it on. And then once if they get to your website, dude, congratulations. Cause that's like hard enough to get someone to click on the website. But then when they're on the website, your job isn't even over. Cause even like if you were to click onto LifeProof.com's specific phone case, back then it used to be okay with just running like 5 product images, a little bio about what it does, and maybe like a photo or 2 in the mix. But dude, those days are long gone, because what people are realizing now, brands specifically, are as we're seeing the shift of retail kind of diminish, and then now we're having the rise of e-com, you have to take that same level of the experience of shopping retail. So if you go into REI, that you have all these, like, you can try them on, you can do like that little rock test, you have the person there to teach you about it, you just have this crazy experience. But if you go to like a other website that's selling only one product, like a LifeProof, you have to make them feel like and educate them super well on just one page on the website. So it's like a product display page is what you would call that. And that's why in so many brands that are direct to consumer, you see that they freaking go forever, like super long, but super well thought out, and like all literally just for education purposes, so someone can actually buy that product.
Yeah, you got to work a little bit harder.
A lot harder.
Yeah,
but
sure.
That would be Kingston's job too. It's like creative director role in content and marketing and all that stuff. It's like what content is going to do the right trick, and like how's it going to look? What do we need? Do we need GIFs? Do we need video? Do we need photos? All that shit. And
you're going to want to figure all that stuff out before you go shoot.
Yep.
Unless you're just hiring them to shoot photos, and then you chop it up as a brand to fill those needs of ads and Instagram and stories and blah blah blah.
Stories, damn. Stories is such a good one.
Yeah, stories. I'm on stories like way more than I am posts.
I think so.
Because I just do posts once a day.
Yeah.
If I can, and then stories I just do like whenever, like anytime I feel like there's something to share.
I think brands can get like away. You can be a little more raw in story too.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's what's great about it, is you don't need a polished story every time.
Totally.
And I think when like brands don't take advantage of the stories, I don't think very much. Not in a way that I would be into, because like how cool would it be to see like behind the scenes for, I don't know, just like, I mean, really any brand, even Easy. Like, it's like, I know it seems kind of silly, but like, I kind of would be down to see you just like all those orders going out. I know you've done it before, but
yeah,
you got this whole truck full of orders and then you're just like dropping them off at USPS.
And it's a little more like raw and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like in a bigger, let's say a bigger brand, like, I don't know, like Husqvarna or whatever, dirt bike spot. And it's like, they're like, Husqvarna is a good example, because it's like of how they just do polished post only.
Yeah.
But like, how sick would it be to see like factory? I mean, at least for me, I would be stoked to see factory stuff, or like engineers working on stuff.
That
or
shit
like,
would be badass.
Just
even
seeing
see their
like
headquarters.
Yeah. I don't even have absolutely no idea what Husqvarna looks like in Sweden or wherever it is, You know
who's been doing more of the behind the scenes content or inviting people in, I've noticed, is hopefully I pronounced it right, but Ibach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because then they tell a story of like all that's going on. So smart, because then you got like another person telling a story of like their like basically tour.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, not only does the person learn more, but then his audience learns more.
Totally. And it's like showing that it's real. And then the since it's I think it's like the marketing director every time in their videos, he's clearly educating the person watching the video.
Yeah.
And so he's essentially
and the person
selling.
Going through.
Yeah, it's like a fun way of selling.
I mean, I think we have iBox springs on the front of the suspension that we're putting on.
Are you?
Yeah, because we have they're Fox coilers with iBox upgraded springs.
Yeah, so. There's so many brands use their actual coils, not their struts, but just the coil,
the actual spring. Yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
Because you can change. I think it comes with like a 450-pound spring on this suspension that we're doing. But if we're doing a 550-pound,
damn!
Shout out to Shock Surplus, because they're really helpful.
Yeah,
He put it all together. I didn't do shit.
Really?
I just told him like, I think that the truck weighs more in the front, like, because it's an eco diesel, so it has like a little bit more weight than Hemi, and like we were trying to figure out like the actual like kind of details, and that's something that we are actually like we're actually going to share like how we came up with like
the plan
system. For it. Yeah,
very
because
cool.
It's not like. It's got an Icon rear spring. We got Icon rear spring. We got Fox like shocks with adjusters, and then an iBox like front spring.
Yep.
So we have like 3 brands in one system.
So educating why you're putting all those things together.
Yeah, like basically because my truck has like a heavy rear load, and like that's why we're doing the spring, dual rate spring, and et cetera, et cetera. And like it's like no one else is talking about that. Like it's such a it's like an opportunity to like say, okay, well this truck can have a nice suspension system, but no one. I mean, like all the like research we did,
That's
we
interesting.
haven't found anything.
That's interesting because like I've never thought about doing mix match suspension, but it's probably, there's definitely a reason. Yeah, exactly. You just want to be like, I'm gonna go Icon or Fox or King and just go all the same.
I think that I mean, they all do different things. Like let's say there's a baseline, but then like Ivok obviously has like spring production is like seems super nice, right?
I mean, it's almost like dressing yourself. You're not gonna wear everything Nike. Like,
I mean, you could, but you're just playing yourself.
You totally play fucking Nike. I think, okay, so gonna switch gears real quick, but I think Nike's in a world of trouble. It'll probably give it like 10 years.
Why are they in trouble?
I just think that they got they didn't see all this like all these direct-to-consumer brands eating away at their market share.
But they do direct-to-consumer.
They do, but I don't think they saw how quick, like, random
they've been
brands...
around forever.
A long time.
So that's a hard... How would you, like, just be able to, like, kind of predict those things? I mean, I guess there's trends, right? But, yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm curious. I mean, I think Nike obviously is such a conglomerate, so it's never gonna actually go away. That'd be crazy if it ever did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, though they had like such a stronghold in the market, and they will forever have that pie. But them seeing like Noble, Allbirds, like all these random direct to consumer brands like kickstart up, and boom, they're just like hitting this market, the footwear market, like incredibly well. I mean, they're penetrating it, which is like, that didn't happen like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it would have been way harder.
Yeah, there's no way. There was like, what, it's Adidas, Nike,
I don't know, like Saucony's or
no, Vans. God, Vans is such an iconic brand, dude. So badass.
Yeah,
Rest in
for New Balance.
Didn't the guy just pass away, the founder, the original rubber founder? You didn't see that?
I'm not sure.
Crazy. He came up with the waffle knit sole.
I like waffles.
You do like waffles? You look like a waffle.
Who doesn't like waffles? They like pancakes with ridges for fucking syrup.
Okay, we got pancakes, French toast, waffles. What do you choose? Marry one, kill one, one.
Marry one. I would definitely pick pancakes to marry.
You marry a pancake?
Yeah, because the pancakes never get old.
That's true. Okay.
And they're
classic.
Fluffy.
They're fluffy.
Classic, yeah.
Okay. What would you kill?
French toast.
Really?
I love French toast, but like I'll pick a pancake any day. And then waffle is like, because like what? Then you got waffles that have like whipped cream and like all the desert shit.
You're making love to waffles.
Dessert shit.
Desert shit. You nailed it.
Yeah.
But the interesting one is my pancake and French toast ratio. I'm making love to waffles, but I'm killing those pancakes, dude. I gotta marry my French toast.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think French toast is just like a one like baseline. Like there's no like crazy variation. You know what though?
Tell me.
Dude.
What?
Okay, so in New Hampshire, there's a man. What was that place called? Damn it!
It was like a hole in the wall place.
Yeah, I mean it was like in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm sure it's still there. But it's like a diner. Like
the best.
Man, that's like crazy that I'm like not even remembering the name of it. Anyways,
it's not like a Waffle House or something, right?
No, it's like they only have it in this town.
Okay.
But on the kids menu, there's Fruity Pebbles French toast. Dude, it's so good.
Only you,
so
dude.
Good.
Kingston has a bad sweet tooth.
Yeah.
He does. He can eat sweets.
You would never think like that kind of cereal with French toast, but like holy shit.
I can't imagine that being bad, dude.
No.
You know what I'm not a big fan of? Donuts with too much cereal and shit on top.
No.
Like, just give me a basic donut.
Yeah, like my favorite donuts are jelly donuts from Dunkin' Donuts.
Fire.
And the blueberry donut. And then like there's just like a blueberry cake donut with a glaze.
Okay.
And then just like a glazed donut.
Glazed donut I can eat all day.
Yeah. But the glazed donut from Krispy Kreme, I'd kill that shit all day.
That
I
shit's
hate them.
gnarly, dude.
They're just too sugary.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting too far. My mouth is watering. I shouldn't have ate lunch. I didn't eat lunch yet.
Typical.
Typical.
Sweet tooth never eats. So one thing that I do want to point out is that if you're on YouTube, we kicked this off, pretty willy nilly. We're like, let's just do it. Let's just give it a try. Nothing too formal. And if you were watching the episodes before, our lighting game was decent, but it wasn't where it should be, or what we thought it had a lot of room for improvement. So we had an awesome brand reach out to us, and now we have another supporter, and I am so really just freaking shook that people are actually down with this.
I know, it's crazy.
Give them some love.
Yeah,
Kingston.
so I've been working with B&H Photo for a while now, maybe a couple years now, almost. But I reached out to Michael and the team, and they just they hooked us up hard.
Yeah.
And so what we got was we basically were able to cover the cost of getting new lighting in the studio, and it looks freaking way better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's we're able to actually use my really nice equipment and take advantage of that. And we got lighting system that is portable, which we plan on doing off-grid type podcasts, which should be really interesting, once we are able to all get out and,
I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we got Rode doing the other mics, not only just our system here, but off the grid, USB mics that sound really good.
Yeah, those are really, really cool.
And then we're able to take these lights with us, which is so sick, because they're these Godox VL200s, and for the entry price, to get a full kit with 2 soft boxes and the system, it's I don't know, $1,200 or something like that. It's not a lot. I mean, it's not cheap, but man, if you start looking at video lights, it's crazy how expensive they can get. And so these lights actually take V-mount type batteries, if you're familiar with those, and you just slap them on, and you can bring them anywhere.
Kingston and I are very different in the sense where he does a lot of research on what he purchases.
Yeah.
And so I just gave him, he told me, he's like, hey, I think we're going to get a hookup from B&H. And I was like, amazing. Yeah. He says lights. And I'm like, oh, go with it. And then he pulls these out, and I'm like, holy crap, these are amazing, dude.
It's not like honestly, what we were using before, just fluorescent bulbs.
You know what, dude?
It's fine. It's totally fine.
They're literally fluorescent light bulbs.
There are fluorescent light bulbs, but this is just beyond nice.
Yeah.
So
what does B&H stand for? Is it someone's last names?
I don't know. Maybe we should have Michael or John or one of the guys come on, we should figure out a way to have them on here.
I know. But just so much love to B&H, guys. And if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully it looks better. I probably need to shower and actually clean up a little bit now, so you can actually see us better.
Yeah. No, we have this wall, right?
We're gonna shift
you're not gonna see. I mean, whatever. If you're on YouTube, you're seeing it, but on podcast, you're not seeing it. But the wall over here is the same type of wall, but it's flat, and it's going to be way better to have guests on. And
we're going to make it legit.
We're going to make it look even better. Yeah.
So one last little shout out / love. And we've talked about them many times, Onyx. I know the subscription, it's totally worth the subscription to them. But the love we want to give to them is they're running a little bit of a promotion right now. And it's for Memorial Day, correct? It's their Memorial Day. Yep, promotion. So limited time purchase from from Onyx Off-Road at 30% off. So if honestly, across all 50 states, use the app for now only $21 a year. So it's pretty amazing. So limited time
every time I go out.
Yeah, and Kingston does way more research than I do. I just go. Go for it.
What should I download? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
I got it. So Onyx, limited time, Memorial Day sale, 30% off. go for it. Onyx.com.
Yeah, it's time to get it.
Onyxmaps.com, actually, guys.
Yeah.
So that's our little plug at the end of it. If you thought this one was a value for how to come up with the product or what's the best product to do and how to market it, hopefully that's literally like what we just came up with. We literally try to do like the past 8 years of our life in like 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, none of this stuff is going to be like tomorrow you're going to just gonna drop like campaigns like no other, but it's like if in the previous episode, let's recap. So it was about not burning out, and basically what I was saying is like if you want to work for free, maybe do some like spec work of like brands that you're really into, and just like go out and like go make that fucking LifeProof, like campaign,
the pitch deck, do the whole.
Just go and do it, because then
that is such a good point, dude.
Right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just like if you come up with if you feel like you want to shoot for Nike and you want to do a campaign, like go shoot like what they would want you, like how you would like, you know what I mean, like how they want you to shoot.
Heck yeah.
And then and then send it to them.
Send
and
it
like,
to them, or for your next job, dude. So many job applications and so many job openings. Yeah. Like, sure, school is awesome, right? Like, hey, I have a bachelor's in marketing.
Don't go to school.
No, I got.
Just kidding. Yeah, you should go. I don't know. I dropped out.
Did you drop out? I finished. I got a degree in marketing, but I guarantee the majority of the shit that I've learned is from actually doing it. So when you go to a job, it's going to look amazing if you just roll up with even if it wasn't done, but it's a portfolio, or it wasn't actually sent to LifeProof. It's a portfolio of amazing work and projects that you've came up with.
Yeah, I mean, I did so much like free, like quote unquote, like stuff, but like as a personal project.
You did, huh?
Yeah. Oh, before all the time.
That's awesome.
Because I love shooting, so it wasn't, and that at the beginning it wasn't my job.
Yep.
So I was like creating stuff that I wanted to create and that I wanted to show off, and then it attracted those things.
Yep. And you were ready when the opportunities came.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
And every shoot you learn something. Like that's why like I know how to go through the motions of like a campaign, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know that going into it.
Hell
like the
no.
first one, because I was like,
we can come up with
clueless.
shit so fast now because it's like it is plug and play.
That's all we do. Yeah.
Rinse
it's like
and repeat, rinse and repeat.
It's just knowledge.
So Kingston's job for our next episode is to figure out where he dropped the ball in that guy's pancake house in New Hampshire, dude. Got to show them some love.
Yeah, man.
So on the next episode, we'll find it for you guys.
Yeah.
So again, much love to B&H Photo for the light system. And remember, rinse and repeat, practice makes perfect, campaign life, product life, solve problems, don't fucking confuse people. That doesn't work.
That's not good.
No. All right. Peace out, guys.
All right. Later.